In this morning's Eye on Money, a look at some important financial planning decisions to consider during this pandemic. Look at Jerika holding it down. As many teachers prepare to return to the classroom, some are really worried about making contingency plans.
I'm very concerned about going back to school. I'm very concerned about my health, about my life, and that's why my husband and I decided to write our wills.
And it's not just an issue for teachers. Before this pandemic, a December survey found that the number of Americans who have a will or other estate planning documents has dropped by nearly 24% since 2017. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says not having a will is a big mistake. She joins us to discuss why. Jill, I know from personal experience after being, how shall we say, harassed by you. I just mentioned in passing, I have a will, but I have no idea where it is. You looked appalled and almost fell off the chair and said, you got to take care of that. So under Jill's guidance, I contacted a lawyer who you recommended. She's great. I now have a will, a fully proper will. But why is it so important to do that? Regardless of your income, regardless of what you do.
You know, think of the will as your instruction manual when you pass away. And it's so vital that people know what your wishes are. So there are three basic documents: a will, the legal instrument that essentially says to the world, here's where my stuff goes and to whom it goes. But there are two other documents that are so important right now, especially. One is called a durable power of attorney. That allows somebody to act on your behalf for a financial matter. So maybe if you're laid up and you're sick, you need to make a change in your retirement account or respond to a tax inquiry from the IRS. And of course, the healthcare proxy, which has become so vital right now. This will instruct people to act on your behalf with a health care decision. These three documents are the cornerstone of every person's financial life. Again, if you don't do this, it's totally irresponsible, and you'll have me nudging you in the back of your brain all the time, reminding you to do it.
That's the word that got me, Jill, when you use the word irresponsible. I never want to be called irresponsible, and she used the I word when she was talking to me. So what happens if you can't be there in person to sign the papers? A lot of us can no longer do things in person.
Well, I think that first off, when you talk to estate attorneys now, there are certainly places where you can be socially distant and masked and use your own pen to sign documents. But if that is not an option, there are some states that are allowing video signings. Now, it's a little tricky. Every state is different, so you should check with your attorney. But in that video signing, you need to have the printed document. You have to show the document. You've got to have the attorneys there, the counterparties there. You have to have witnesses there. You have to have notaries there. And then everything has to get sent off to the attorney's office. So this is incredibly important, because if you're going to do this, let's do it the right way.
Are there any other important legal documents, as we run out of time here, that you say that we must take care of at this particular time and have available?
I think amid the pandemic, a few things to remember. Once you have that healthcare proxy, it's no good if somebody doesn't have the document. Physically make sure somebody either has the document printed out, who's your agent, or, of course, electronically you can have it. And for your older relatives, I would recommend pasting on the door, the inside door of your older relatives' homes or apartments, that health care proxy's name and contact information. We have heard stories amid the pandemic where people come into the apartment, they don't know who to call, and there are no documents to be found. So please take this with a grain of salt when I say to you, I hope you never need any of these documents anytime soon, but you may. So let's be clear.
Jill, that's really good advice. And your phone number for people who have more questions?
Ask Jill at jillonmoney.com.
Thank you. Thank you, Jill Schlesinger. Always good to see you.